Hey, how's it going? So, this is a Grizzly Go704 that I bought. I haven't really done much to it other than buy a bunch of accessories, like device, and coolant system, and this Tormach TTS call it deal. Anyways, the plan was always to do a CNC conversion, and most of the stuff is here, so we're going to start laying out the frame and the electronics for it. So, here we go. Okay, so here's the frame drawing that I made for the cage that's going to go around the G704 mill. I have a real small, just a 2-car garage for my shop, and space is a premium. And I have a lot of woodworking tools too, so there's like sawdust flying around, and I really just wanted to protect this machine from my shop. And honestly, this thing's going to be generating a lot of metal shards too, so I wanted to protect my shop from all of the metal shards and the coolant that hopefully will be spraying around in there if I get it all set up. Anyways, yeah, so this is the frame, right? It's basically just a big box that's going to go over this thing. I'm going to build it out of 4040 extruded aluminum. And if you don't know what that is, this is a chunk of 2060 extruded aluminum. This is T-slot with the V-groove. And the V-groove, I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little bevel or chamfer, I guess, that goes on the side here. And what that allows you to do is you can put some ball bearings on there. They're like little rubber wheels essentially, and they allow you to like put a little gantry cart or something that can slide on there. If you've ever seen like a 3D printer like the Ender 3 or Ender 5, they use a lot of V-groove extruded aluminum and those same bearings to, that's how they function, and it's pretty great. I'm a big fan of that whole system. So anyways, yeah, like yeah, the big box, right? And then I tried to make sure it was big enough to fit the inside dimensions, or the full travel dimensions of the G704, so that the table could move all the way to the left and all the way to the right without hitting things, and leave a little extra room too, because as part of the CNC conversion, I'm gonna be adding to that length with some stepper motors as well. So we'll see how it works out. I kind of tried to make some rough estimates and just kind of go with it. Let's see here. Yeah, so basically just a bunch of different lengths. Where possible, I was trying to stay to the standard lengths that I could order from open builds, because less cutting is good, right? As you can see, the things I haven't yet figured out are doors. I'd like to have doors in the front that would like open with some acrylic paneling so you can see through it. For the sides, the back, and the top, I'm probably just going to put some sheet metal when it's all said and done and paint it black, because black's cool, right? Also, the electrical panels, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to mount them yet. I was kind of thinking about mounting them like inside the box in this back corner, maybe 2 of them, so you could have a lot of space for the electronics and potentially even some pneumatics down the road. There's some downsides, I feel like, to having it on the inside though, because it's like dirty, it's harder to access, but it does keep it all contained within the frame too. So putting this machine next to another machine, you don't have to worry about the electrical box popping out and getting in the way or something. So I don't know, we'll see. But the frame I'm pretty set on. I have some electrical boxes. We're gonna work on that here in a sec. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of the loose plan. Just an overview. Okay, so it just came in, and it came in this big box. It's super heavy. What do you think, Pearl? Yeah.
Okay, so I'm rethinking this a little bit. This is pretty giant. I mean, I guess that's how big it needs to be, but it's really big. Pearl, what do you think we should do? Yeah, these screws are too long. So they're perfect for these plates, right? Because this plate is a little bit thicker, the corner one that goes there. But I have all these angle iron ones too, and this is a thinner bracket. So I need to get the right length bolt. And it's pandemic time, so I'm ordering everything off of MasterCard. Um, anyways, yeah, it's kind of coming together slowly, one piece at a time. All right, so while I'm waiting for the bolts to come in for the CNC Mill frame, I had a side project going on for the CNC router, and this is a deal that's going to go around the vacuum table. That's going to hopefully help me position the piece perfectly on the table every time. This is basically just a big L with some pneumatic actuators on there. And the idea being is that they would actuate out, and I'll put my piece in there and get it all perfect. And then once it's done, and the vacuum table's holding it down, I can turn these off and they'll retract, and then it leaves a gap for the end mill or the router to do like a profile cut perfectly on the end of the piece, which reduces like the amount of waste material that I'll have, and it'll just be like overall better deal hopefully. So anyways, here this guy is in action. Yeah, still kind of leaky, but hopefully it'll work. Okay, so back on this drawing, there's I don't know if you can see, but there's kind of this weird shenanigans down here on this back leg of the box, and never really explained what was going on there. It's really just because my table, when I mounted this mill, I put the pan all the way to the back, right? So anyways, this is kind of what it's looking like as I'm building it, but it's a way to kind of carry some of the structure across. So hopefully it'll work out. I'm holding it because it's kind of like barely on here right now. Anyways, cool. Alright, so the frame is pretty much done. I still have to put the panel on the sides and get a big piece of sheet metal for the back. And then the front's going to have some clear Lexan doors, which will be pretty cool, hopefully. Yeah, I got the electrical box installed. Pretty much, yeah, it's time to get into the electronics. So I'm going to wait to put the panels on until after because I still got to do some work on the mill. I got to replace out the ball screws and put the steppers on and stuff. So it'd be best not to have the panels on probably. Yeah, I think it's time to dig into the electronics.